Hello everyone! In this video, we will recommend the top 10 Italian older woman and younger man romance movies. If you enjoy this compilation of movies, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned until the end of the video and share your favorite film with us in the comments. Number 10. The Translator.
Di nuovo il calore della tua pelle.
The story follows Ali, a Syrian political exile living in Australia, who works as an Arabic-English translator for the Australian government. His life takes a dramatic turn when he is assigned to interpret for a Syrian military official accused of war crimes at an international tribunal. As Ali listens to testimonies about torture and violence committed during the Syrian conflict, he is forced to relive his own traumatic past and confront memories he has tried to suppress. The job places him in a moral and emotional dilemma. He must remain neutral and professional, even as the words he translates resonate deeply with his personal experiences and sense of justice. Number 9. The Time of Indifference.
Generalessa. E a Michele, che mi fa essere un uomo migliore.
Maria Grazia Ardengo is a widow living in a luxurious penthouse in Rome, desperately clinging to the remnants of her high society lifestyle despite being on the verge of financial ruin. For years, she has relied on her lover Leo, a cold and manipulative businessman who has been systematically paying off the family's debts. However, Leo's true intention is not out of love for Maria Grazia. He aims to seize the family's only remaining asset, their valuable apartment, to settle his own interests. Number 8. The Trial Begins.
Tu come ti chiami?
Non è un po' presto per dare del tuo a un assegnare come me?
Filippo Costa is a young, ambitious officer in the Guardia di Finanza, Italy's financial police. Coming from a modest background, he is driven by a cold, relentless desire to transcend his social standing and enter the world of the elite. While his colleagues are content with their routine duties, Filippo views his position as a gateway to power. He soon realizes that the very corruption he is supposed to investigate is actually a ladder he can climb. His ascent is accelerated when he meets Caterina, played by Fanny Ardant, an older, sophisticated, and incredibly wealthy woman. Caterina falls deeply in love with him, providing Filippo with the social polish and the high-level financial connections he craves. Number 7. Something New.
Una donna bloccata emotivamente, è un blocco di ghiaccio.
Toccami come l'altra sera.
Non vuoi che invece ti rimetto a posto la stanza? Io quello lo so fare bene.
The story revolves around two best friends, Lucia and Maria, who couldn't be more different when it comes to their perspectives on men. Lucia is a jazz singer who has sworn off men entirely after a series of painful disappointments, choosing a life of rigid independence. Everything changes one night when a handsome, charming 19-year-old boy named Luca literally falls into their lives. After a night of heavy drinking, Maria brings him home, but in the confusion of the following morning, Luca is mistaken for someone else. Rather than being a simple one-night stand, Luca becomes a permanent fixture in their world, fascinated by these two mature, complicated women. Number 6. Naples in Veils.
Ha visto qualcosa che non doveva vedere.
Per questo l'hanno ucciso.
Non lo sa.
In che guaio mi sono messa?
Adriana is a self-assured medical examiner in Naples, a city known for its deep-rooted superstitions and haunting beauty. During a traditional, occult-like ceremony at her aunt's house, Adriana's eyes meet Andrea, a seductive and mysterious younger man. The physical attraction is immediate and overwhelming. They spend a passionate night together, and Andrea promises to meet her the following day. However, he never shows up. The next morning, Adriana is called to perform an autopsy on a young man whose eyes have been gouged out, only to discover that the body on the table is Andrea. Number 5. The Second Wife.
Mi pare d'avere la febbre.
Clarezza un mignorar.
The film tells the story of Anna, a beautiful single mother portrayed by Maria Grazia Cucinotta. Seeking stability for herself and her young daughter, Anna decides to marry Fosco, a middle-aged widower who works as a truck driver and spends his free time digging for Etruscan artifacts as a tombarolo, grave robber. As Anna moves into Fosco's home to begin her new life as his second wife, she faces a cold reception from the local community and her husband's teenage son, Livio. The boy is initially hostile, resenting the woman who has come to replace his deceased mother. However, as the hot summer progresses, the dynamic within the household shifts dangerously. Number 4. Burning Hearts.
L'onore di mio fratello santo è stato oltraggiato.
Set in the rugged, sun-scorched landscape of the Gargano promontory in Puglia, the film explores a brutal world ruled by the Fourth Mafia. The story centers on a forbidden love that reignites an ancient blood feud between two rival clans, the Malatesta and the Camporeale. These families have lived in a fragile state of truce for years, but the peace is shattered when Andrea, the reluctant heir to the Malatesta family, falls passionately in love with Marigiana, the beautiful wife of the Camporeale patriarch. Number 3. Summer Games. The film follows Nick, a shy and introspective teenage boy who spends his summer holidays with his parents in a quiet seaside resort. His routine days of boredom and observation change when he becomes fascinated by Marie, a confident and rebellious girl his age. As Nick is drawn into Marie's world, the two begin a tentative relationship marked by curiosity, desire, and emotional uncertainty. Through a series of small but experiences, Nick is confronted with feelings of love, jealousy, and vulnerability for the first time. The summer becomes a turning point, forcing him to step out of his inner world and face the complexities of growing up. Number 2. I Am Love.
The world is growing, and it has to be changed. All one has to do is alter one's way of viewing it.
It follows the Recchi family, a wealthy industrial dynasty whose lives are governed by rigid traditions and the cold elegance of their sprawling villa. At the center of the family is Emma, played by Tilda Swinton, a Russian immigrant who married into the clan years ago. Emma has meticulously adapted to the expectations of the Italian upper class, serving as a graceful mother and a dutiful wife to her husband, Tancredi. The family's equilibrium begins to shift during a celebration for the grandfather's birthday, where the leadership of the family business is passed down to the next generation. Amidst this transition, Emma meets Antonio, a talented and humble young chef who is a friend of her son. Number 1. Malena. Set in 1940 in a small, sun-drenched town in Sicily, the story is told through the eyes of Renato Amoroso, a 13-year-old boy who becomes obsessed with the town's most beautiful woman, Malena Scordia. As Italy enters World War II, Malena is left alone while her husband is sent to the front lines. Her breathtaking beauty makes her the subject of intense desire for the men of the town and a target of venomous envy and spiteful gossip for the women. Renato, who has just received his first bicycle, follows Malena everywhere, becoming a silent witness to her life.